the first biotechnological vegan hair treatment that straightens and softens the hair fiber and eliminates frizz. With just 3 products, Aura offers 3 ways to eliminate frizz on your client's unruly hair, with the formulas being vegan and formaldehyde-free. This includes the Excellence Treatment, which perfectly smooths and straightens the hair, giving a natural look and extraordinary texture. This also includes the Express Treatment, which softens the hair fiber, eliminates frizz, and controls volume. And finally, the Beauty Treatment, which provides an instant flash of hydration, resulting in silky, shiny hair. This is my beautiful model, Jessica, and while we were checking out the condition of her hair, as you can see, it's pretty frizzy, pretty coarse, pretty thick, can be sometimes unruly, but she does like to style with her natural texture sometimes. So after diagnosing her porosity, making sure that her hair was still healthy, that the color was where we needed it to be, we decided that the Express Treatment was going to be the best option for her. After diagnosing your client's hair and deciding which treatment would be best, the first step will be to give your client the best shampoo of their life. We only had to shampoo Jessica twice with the micellar shampoo. You can do it as many times as needed, but unlike other treatments, it doesn't take nearly as many shampoos to get the hair exactly where you want it to be so that it can absorb all of the good hyaluronic acid in this new formula. Whether you wash once or twice, we recommend lathering well and leave that last shampoo on for about 5 minutes just to get the cuticle open, and rinse that with plenty of warm water. When you're finished shampooing, cape and drape your client as you normally would for any service that you perform, and give her a good towel dry. The second step of the Aura Express Treatment is the Active Treatment. Go ahead and get as much of that into the bowl as you will need. Start with a little, you can always add more. And detangle your client's hair, starting from the bottom and working your way up. And you'll want to divide that into 4 clean sections, ear to ear, front to back. Starting from the nape, work in thin sections and work quickly, applying from the roots to the ends. If you feel like you have a little too much product, go ahead and comb that through to the next section. If you have residue on your comb, that means you need to add a little bit more hair to that next section. While getting the product on the skin is not the worst thing in the world, it's still not super recommended. So just be mindful of your client's skin, especially around their ears and in any sensitive areas on their scalp. One of the things Jessica and I discussed during this part of the application process was how nice it was that I didn't have to wear any gloves. My hands are very sensitive usually, and with other smoothing treatments as well as other chemical services, I always glove up. If I did get any on her scalp, she said she didn't really feel much. And guys, the smell of this smoothing treatment is amazing. As we've said before, it is formaldehyde-free and vegan, so it doesn't stink the way that other smoothing treatments smell, and there's no need for protective eyewear. However, if you do have a client who is ultra sensitive and you are unsure about how their reactions would be, a patch test never hurt anybody. As you can see, we've applied to the back. It's looking really good so far. So I'm going to finish with her front pieces, working from the back to the front and pulling those pieces in towards the pieces that I've already done to keep them out of her eyes. After a quick comb through just to make sure everything is distributed, it's time to process, and we just have to wait 15 minutes. After the processing time is up, you'll want to rinse for about 5 minutes with abundant warm water. I know it sounds like a long time, but this really just makes sure you get all of that treatment out of the hair, and I can tell you that the hair already feels so nice, and we've only done one step, really. After that, you will want to detangle your client as you normally would. Give her a good towel dry, and you'll want to dry the hair completely. My recommendation is to do a little rough dry, but be a little smoother than you would with a normal rough dry. Make sure you're stretching the hair out, already starting that smoothing process just with your hands. For the rest of your smoothing blow dry, you can use a paddle brush of your choice. We're using this beautiful rose gold Framar today. And before we flat iron, we think it's good to add a little hydration, so we're using Lakme's Bio Argan Oil and distributing that from tips all the way up through the mid shaft, avoiding her roots so she doesn't get too greasy. And then we'll start flat ironing. As you begin the flat ironing process, you'll want to take about 1/4 inch sections, starting from the nape of the neck. And as far as flat irons, you will want to be using one with titanium plates. We are using the Sutra Beauty Magno today with a max temperature of 445 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 230 degrees Celsius. Go ahead and begin flat ironing, and you will want to pass the flat iron 5 times per section. If you have a little bit of steam coming up, don't worry. Remember, this is formaldehyde free, so you don't need to be worrying about any fumes that come up from this process. If it does bother you, turn your flat iron down just a little bit. You can always make this customizable to your client's needs and to your needs as a stylist. Check out how smooth and beautiful this is looking already, and it hasn't affected her color one bit. Some common questions your client might be asking while you finish this part of the service is it okay if I go to the gym and wash my hair this evening? And the answer is absolutely. You can wash your hair right after the application of the service. Can this treatment be used if you are pregnant or breastfeeding? The answer is yes, but if you have any concerns at all, it can never hurt to ask your doctor. And we recommend getting your coloring in before applying the Aura treatment, but hair can be colored up to 24 hours after the treatment's applied and after washing. All right, now that Jessica's hair is looking beautiful and silky smooth, it is time to go ahead and apply the mask. As before, go ahead and put some of the mask in the bowl. Start with a little bit, you can always add more. And then with a fine mister, you can start misting water throughout the hair just to get enough water in it to move that product through. And once again, starting from the nape of the neck, you'll want to apply the hyaluronic mask in a uniform layer, combing it through to make sure that all the hair is saturated. You have a little bit more freedom with this step as you apply it. Just make sure you're combing it through and getting everything saturated. This mask, make sure it closes up the cuticle and seals in that treatment that you just worked so hard to put in your client's hair. And if you need to re-wet any of these sections as you work, go ahead and use your fine misting bottle to re-wet those sections just so that you can keep that product moving and keep your hands moving. And she's all combed through, and now all we have to do is wait 5 minutes for that mask to process. All right, and Jessica is all rinsed out and towel dried, so we can add a little bit of this smoothing bio-argan oil before we blow dry her and finish her off with the flat iron. Check out how much the frizz has been cut down already, just with a little bit of a rough blow dry. It is amazing how good this looks already, and we haven't even flat ironed yet. But after the flat iron, like you normally would do for any client, she is looking silky smooth. Now, do we remember what Jessica's hair was looking like before? Check out the difference. Wow. The shine that this treatment leaves you with is absolutely unreal. And remember, this is just the express service. Now, as with any service that we do as hairstylists, we want to make sure that our clients are getting longevity out of it. This lasts from 3 to 4 months with the proper care, and send your client home with any of Lakmé's sulfate-free shampoos, Gentle Balance, Color Stay, or bio-argan. Thanks for watching. We can't wait to see what you do with Aura in your salon.